Alright, what's going on there, guys? I am Kai, this is Jen with The Path of Life, and we have something to show you today. For anybody out there who shoots in competitions, you know more ammo is always better, okay? Now the CANIK TP9 SFX, aka this gun right here that I use for my competition range stuff, it comes with a 18 round Metgar magazine with a +2 base plate, which is great. It's awesome. They give you the +2, 20 rounds, pretty decent capacity, okay, even for competition stuff. But if you could get more, that'd be better, right? So I heard that Taylor Freelance was putting out an aluminum base pad for the CANIK TP9 SFX that's a +4 plate. And so I contacted them. They sent me out a couple of these to try out and to review for you guys. So that's what we're going to do today. So this is the packaging that it comes in here. Just a nice little Ziploc and some instructions on how to do the installation. This here is the base pad. Very good build quality. This is a 140mm compliant USPSA magazine base extension. So, and gives you true +4 from what I've heard. So let's install this thing on a magazine and see if that's true. So first thing we need to do is take our magazine with the regular base pad on it, okay? And then if you don't know how to do this, then you probably should be watching a different video. But you pull down the tab, you pull the base pad off, and then out comes magazine spring and follower with a little base clip. This base clip can be taken off. You don't need it. It actually will make it so that you can't put add 4 into your magazine. So the clip's been taken off the bottom, or the follower is still on here. This is just the regular spring, okay guys? And then I'm going to insert this into the magazine just the way that I normally would. And then you kind of just have to push down the spring and hang on to it. And then slide on the extension plate. It's really difficult to do when I can't actually grip things with my hands. Alright, so it just slides on there, and then there is a screw here that has an Allen key. Looks like it's keyed for an Allen wrench, but I can't find an Allen wrench that fits it. It's supposed to just be done with your thumb, rolling on the side. It's got like some serrations on it so that you can rotate it from the outside with your thumb, just kind of rolling it along the back of the magazine.
I'm pretty sure the directions say just doing it hand tight, so you don't want to go too much added pressure, and you'll see it's sturdy, it's good to go.
So anyway, let's look at it in the gun.
Yeah.
Throw it in there. Looks nice, fits well. Sweet. Extra little bit of weight. It's not too much heavier. I don't have a scale here to measure like in small amounts of weight, but it doesn't feel too much heavier than the original base pad, but it is a little bit heavier, and the magazines just seem to drop really nice out of that.
Which is an added little feature for competitions as well.
Something that Taylor Freelance sent me as well is a beefed up spring, a magazine spring. It is like a half coil longer than the stock spring, and they said that some people were having issues with the stock spring locking the slide back at the end of the magazine just because of that extra distance that the follower has to go. And one of the things that I have noticed, so I have it loaded up here, snap caps all the way, and what I've noticed is that last round is in there pretty tight. It is still +4, true +4. I've loaded in 22 rounds into this magazine, but it's really tight. I mean, put that thing into the gun. I mean, it's so tight that I have trouble doing it with my hand here.
It takes a slam.
Yeah. So I mean, try and just press it.
It's pretty tight.
So I kind of want to, just for demo purposes here, so I'll just eject this and then press it, and I mean, I've got to push it down pretty dang hard on the table to get that to lock in. So kind of one of those things for me of like, it's a trade-off, right? You either can get the magazine into the gun really easily by using your stock spring, or you can ensure that your slide's going to lock to the rear after the last round, or that you're not going to have any feed problems on the last couple of rounds. I guess that might be another concern, is that there'd be feed issues on the last couple of rounds.
All right. 19. Already pretty jammed.
So that aftermarket spring is a little rough.
Whew. Yeah, if I didn't have this guy with me today, my hands aren't strong enough.
So this is my buddy Jenn. This is his first time ever shooting the CANIK TP9 SFX, as well as with the base pads. So we'll see how it does.
You might sell me on this if this goes well. My wife might not be happy about that. Oh geez, this is awesome. Oh. Dude, I like that.
It's got plenty of go juice with the +4s on there. All right, so this is the magazine with the aftermarket spring, and so Jenn was having a bunch of problems with inserting this magazine into the gun and then racking it that first time to initially load the weapon. So Jaren's trying this out, and he's having a little bit of struggles with it too. It's just...
So I'll go ahead and try to insert it like I normally do with my carry gun. And
it just doesn't seat.
Now that one actually went in a lot easier. Right, nope. You have to hit it hard.
Yeah.
I can't just push that in. You have to hit it.
Yeah.
And then pulling it, I'm barely putting weight on it. That took a lot of effort.
Yeah.
The most notable thing for me was pulling that slide. It feels like you're pulling a jammed casing out, is what it feels like.
This one has the aftermarket spring that we were testing out in it. Trying to get the magazine to set would not. I would slam it like multiple times and I thought I had it, racked one in and it got jammed, and basically realized it felt like it fully clicked and set in, but it didn't. So that was a problem for me. Second problem was once it was loaded, I could not rack the chamber. I was pulling on this as hard as I could. I ended up having to just fully like crank it, and it was rough. Wow.
Really hard to get it in there, huh?
Uh-oh.
Can't even rack it?
Nope.
Go ahead, try it. Keep going.
Nope.
Keep going.
Oh, that's
Nice.
gonna be a problem. Imagine being in a competition, going in, racking in, and if I messed up, didn't have the slide already back, that would be a huge time delay for me.
And we did with this with the aftermarket spring in here, I let it sit for 24 hours before we took it out to the range with 22 rounds in it. All in all, I loved running the Taylor Freelance +4 base plate with the factory spring in it. Loading up the magazine felt really good. You got all 22 in with no stoppages. Inserting it into the gun, really fluid.
Perfect.
And then we didn't have a single problem with like the gun refusing to lock back after the last round, or having enough spring tension or pressure to run all of the rounds through without any failures to feed. So
I really enjoyed it. If I wasn't familiar with this and recognizing that this was an additional base plate with 4 more, I would have thought that this thing just like came with this gun. There's no issues with loading. It just seemed like a typical magazine, which I think is awesome for Taylor Freelance. That's what you want in a product that you're adding on to something. You want it to function smoothly. You want it to just work all around and not ever have issues. Overall, yeah, I'd love to carry 22 rounds in every magazine I own.
One small issue that I have with the base pads is the thumb screw. There's the set screw that is supposed to be adjusted by the thumb, just rolling on it. This magazine, this one here, is pretty easy to roll your thumb on and loosen it up and tighten it, which is great because, you know, when you're dumping these magazines into the dirt, you need to be like able to take them down and clean them out and put them back together again in between stages of competition, which is a necessity. So this one works really, really well. This one is extremely tight, and so it's difficult to run the finger on. And then the one that's not very difficult to run your finger on, it doesn't have anything to keep the screw set all the way in. So over time, rattling it around or dumping it a couple of times, the screw kind of works its way out. It's not like the base pad tries to just fly off or anything like that, but if you were to have the screw undone and dump this magazine in a way to where it hit on the ground from the back, then it would definitely throw this base pad off. So that's a little bit concerning. I've seen some other base pads. We're actually doing a comparison video here in the next week or so, comparing these +4 base pads with other +4 base pads that will work with the CANIK series, TP9 series pistols. And I'm interested to see how the securing mechanisms work on those other base pads in comparison to this one. I like it. I just think that it could be a little bit better, and I don't know exactly how. Now, maybe next week, once I get those other base pads, try those out, I might have some opinions on that. But as of right now, I don't know how you can improve that issue.
Overall, I think picking up some Taylor Freelance edition, like having an extra 4, super handy, and I think the extra spring is unnecessary and pretty problematic.
The build, the quality is great. Dumping them out on the ground, no issues, no problems with any of that. Just be wary of getting an aftermarket spring. I would say that running the regular spring is the way to go in these.
And for me, it looks good. That's a must. It happens that this one's red and it matches his setup. But when we first received them, when he first got them, I was like, whoa, it's looking pretty cool. So overall, they're just appealing as well.
Well, there you go. That's our review here of the Taylor Freelance +4 base plates. If you like this video, please give us a thumbs up. Share this with your friends that are looking into improving their shooting setups. And also, feel free to check out some of our other videos. We have a lot of other gun-related videos and other videos out here on this channel to check out and hopefully help you to improve your setup and your system.
And leave us comments. I think that's one of the coolest things about YouTube is being able to reach out to some of these people, and he's great at getting back to everyone that contacts in. If you have any questions, anything you want to see, let us know.
Well, if you aren't already, hit that subscribe button that's right up above us. We really appreciate that. We are over the 450 subscriber mark now. We are getting there, and we're doing the giveaway at 500 subscribers. So stay tuned for that and for other videos. Until next time, take care of yourselves, everybody. Make it a great day. Peace out.
Peace.